Welcome to Kin's Corner. Today we'll be introducing a topic called Rational Emotive Education, which suggests a different way of educating and thinking. This is a quick synopsis created to fit this video. This is not therapy. This video is for general informational purposes only. This approach was first introduced by Albert Ellis in the 1950s. Rational Emotive Education, or REE, is a positive and preventive educational program. Let's get into it. It stems from cognitive psychology, with the premise that if you can change a person's thinking, you can change a person's behavior. The main goal is to help children think more rationally, thereby facilitating happiness. REE mainly focuses on children. Children can be taught rational mental health skills and concepts so that they can be happier and be better able to deal with life. Let's start with assumptions which make up beliefs. It is something that is accepted or believed to be true and certain to happen even without proof. One assumption may be on making mistakes. Many children were taught that making mistakes are bad, and children making them should be shamed. It concludes that they are inferior when they make mistakes. This irrational thinking became part of their belief system. As a result, these children became reluctant to participate in class. They don't dare take chances. As a result, this reduces their confidence and stunts their opportunities to learn and grow. Well, in reality, mistakes are a fact of life. Mistakes are actually good if we learn from them and not repeat them. Even some of the best lessons in life are from mistakes. To get children to change this irrational way of thinking, we need to address their belief system. To begin, let's acknowledge that belief or assumption is a very powerful thing. We all grew up being taught certain beliefs and assumptions. However, some of these beliefs or assumptions may be flawed and influence behaviors in an unexpected way. For instance, growing up in the 60s, we were taught that we must be perfect and should get A's. According to REE, this is teaching irrational thinking. My classmates and I learned this, and this became part of our belief system. As a result, many of my classmates, myself included, became depressed when we made mistakes and did not achieve an A on our tests. Some gave up and started acting out, while others developed lower self-esteem and confidence. Potential were stunted. An extreme example was in the news a few years ago. Tragically, a teenager in an exclusive private school in New York City jumped out of the window committing suicide because he did not get an A on his examination. What an incredible loss of life. What this tells us is that belief is a highly powerful driving force in our thinking and our behaviors. Our students' beliefs and assumptions are essentially what they learn. Therefore, for irrational beliefs, we can help our students unlearn what they have learned. To do this, REE encourages children to be more scientific in their thinking and actively challenge thoughts, especially those that led to negativity and depression. At the same time, we can help children accept themselves as human beings and innately flawed, which is okay. Even teachers, doctors, lawyers, etc. are all flawed. We can acknowledge our emotions and feelings, but the trick is to keep them in check, monitor them, question their validity, and guide them in a positive way when possible. Our beliefs are made up of rational and irrational thinking. Let's distinguish them. Rational thinking is backed by reason and facts. It is what's real. Irrational thinking or assumptions is the opposite. It is thinking in a way that is not reality-based, with no logic, reasoning, or proof. Being human beings, we are all prone to irrational thoughts. That is, thinking, having an opinion, or action given through inadequate use of reason. Oftentimes, we are not even aware of this. It is the irrational beliefs that brings us down. Oftentimes, we are not even aware of this. It is the irrational beliefs that brings us down, makes us depressed, or may even influence us to act inappropriately and make decisions that are ultimately detrimental. To combat this, we need to actively challenge our irrational thoughts, tame our emotions, know consequences, and learn to think more logically. For this short presentation, I will list 6 irrational thoughts so that you may make your students aware of them. Number 1, I must be perfect or I will never succeed or be happy. The fact of the matter is that no one is perfect. By believing in perfection, you set yourself up for failure because there really is no such thing as perfection. We are human beings and we are inherently flawed. Strength lies in what you know, not what you don't know. Also, perfection don't bring happiness. You do. Number 2, my feelings, emotions are beyond my control. Many children believe in this, but it is far from the truth. You can educate children about emotions and how to manage them, controlling how they act and respond. This does take practice. Number 3, I can never make mistakes or I'll be a failure. As I stated earlier, we are all human beings prone to making mistakes. It is in our nature. We need to accept this fact and know that mistakes actually help us to learn and grow. It is an essential part of the growing process and how mankind moves forward. Mistakes are not only inherent, but necessary. I taught my students that making mistakes is a good thing if you learn from it. Number 4, I must be able to please others to feel good. No, you don't, because you just set yourself up for failure. We can't please everyone all the time. Being happy and confident about yourself is where it's at. Making people happy should not be a priority. Number 5, if someone says bad things about me, there must be something wrong with me. People who criticize you are their opinions, as they see things differently. Don't take it personally. Instead, know that it is simply their opinion. That's all. Number 6, my past controls my future. The past will control you only if you let it. Yes, the past taught you, but once you learn the lessons, you can apply them to the future. This does not mean you stay in the past. Students can be taught to let go of the past so that they can move forward in this thing we call life. Now for some concluding words. Help students rid words such as shoulds, oughts, musts, and other demand words, as they are not reality-based. This will help them be real. Encourage students to use logic and activate their rational self to challenge irrational thoughts and replace them with positivity and growth. Teach your students that happiness is a choice. May you and your children choose the path of happiness. Thank you for watching this presentation. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and activate the notification button so that you can get the latest video. If you like more videos on rational emotive education, please comment below. I also included a link on rational emotive education if you are interested. I appreciate any suggestions or recommendations. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.